Guys, gals, non-binary pals, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Hey, if you would love to join these lovely people here on the side of the screen, they're part of my Twitch chat. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 1 p.m. usually to about 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on Twitch. So if you ever, if you're ever bored and you would love to join us, we would love to have you. It doesn't cost any money, and it's a lot of fun. Before we get into the video, I do want to say I am getting over a little bit of a sickness. It's not COVID, don't worry, but a little bit of a cold. So if I'm a little low energy, that's why. I'm feeling a lot better today, but I just want to put that out there. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about Nikocado Avocado again. Yes, I know. But a YouTuber that I've actually followed for quite a long time, I used to watch his videos a lot back in the day. He made a video about the situation, and then Nick responded to that. So again, we're going to be talking about both of the things that are going on there. Alrighty, so the YouTuber in question is Scarce, and this is his video right here. We're going to skip ahead because most of the video actually isn't about Nick. This last half, or this last few minutes is. So we're going to go ahead and check this out,
where he is making a ton of money to stay on the platform. Now, our final story for today comes from the very controversial YouTuber Nikocado Avocado. Now, I'm sure many of you know.
So in Nick's response, again, he he gets frustrated that he doesn't call him Nikocado Avocado. Again, I can understand with that criticism. I think if you're going to make a video about someone, pronounce their name right. You know, there's the least that you can do. But yeah, so what Scarce does is he goes over the kind of like the drama and the back and forth between Charlie, Moist Critical, Penguin Zero, he has a million names, and Nick, and they kind of go back and forth. Nick has made a response. Again, that video is 50 minutes long. Now, it's the first like 7 or 12 minutes are him kind of responding to everything. Personally, I really don't want to go over his video. I watched it and I'll share his responses, but I just would rather share this video and share what he has to say and share my thoughts.
Know who this YouTuber is. He is very popular right now. He makes millions of views every video, and his videos are him basically just doing mukbangs, okay? Where he'll just eat food the whole video and he'll talk about his life, he'll talk about different things going on with him, and a lot of times he will be over the top, he will go kind of crazy in these videos, and it seems like he's doing it because he's playing a character, but many YouTubers have grown.
So in this, in Nick's response video, I know, it's a response to a response to a response to a response. I understand the irony, but it's funny to me, so that's why I do these things, okay? But Nick had a problem with him saying that he plays a character where, I mean, I can kind of understand that, but at the end of the day, like, I think anybody watching these videos, I don't think that's a negative thing, right? Like, playing a character online isn't inherently a negative thing. I think if you're trying to pass it off as who you really are, like, I just don't understand why you would try and pass that off when it's very obvious that the way that you're talking, the way that you're acting is not that serious. You know, I don't know. Okay, sorry.
I'm very concerned over Nikocado's rapid weight gain. You've had many YouTubers who have made videos on him over the past few months. And last week, the massive creator Critical made a video on Nikocado where he titled it, "This YouTuber is slowly killing himself for views." And in this video, Critical talks about how Nikocado has been neglecting his health and gaining weight in order to get more views on YouTube. This situation is insane. Just watch this.
But then he started to notice that the videos that gained a lot of traction were videos where he was just fucking gluttonous and eating 1,000,000 calories per sitting.
So we've obviously already seen this video from Critical, but the biggest thing that Nick seems to have an issue with, or one of the biggest things Nick seems to have an issue with in this video, is he's saying that all the people that are making videos about Nick, right? All the people that are making videos about me don't actually care about my health. That's like one of the main criticisms that Nick has. And on surface level, face value, I can understand that, you know, that criticism being like, these people don't actually care about me. They are just saying this because these videos get a lot of views, right? Like, if we look at my channel, like, I'm not even going to act like I'm above it. If we look at the Nikocado video, that video is doing well for my channel. I'm not huge. I don't get millions of views per video. But as far as if you compared it to my other videos, it's very easy to say you're making these videos because it gets you views. And the answer to that for me is yes, 100%, right? Like, I make these, if nobody watched it, I wouldn't make it. 100%. But that just shows that people obviously care about this. I think I make the videos in a way where it's not like me just being mean and like evil. You know, I'm actually trying to share my thoughts and not be over the top. But I can understand that criticism. But at the same time, if you are Nick, I know that he knows what he is doing in these videos and in these thumbnails and in these titles. The videos and all of these things are so over the top that of course people are going to talk about them, you know? So like being upset that people are talking about your videos when it's obvious that you're making these thumbnails and these titles and the way you're portraying these videos, because a big criticism that he has is like, everyone's saying I eat all this food. I don't actually eat all of it. But in the thumbnail and in the title, it makes it seem like you are eating all of this food, whether or not you are or you aren't, right? So you're making these titles and these thumbnails to get clicks. And so in my opinion, I feel like part of dealing with that, getting those views, getting those clicks is going to be dealing with criticism. Like, is it crazy so if you guys don't know, this video that Charlie made the first one got over 10 million views, or is like right at 10 million views. That's pretty intense. That's a lot of views on a video. But in my opinion, it comes with the territory. Okay, sorry.
So he stuck with it. And now he has a couple of channels where he does this pretty much every day, and it's been like this for the last 4 or so years. This is what he used to look like in 2017, and then when the videos really started to gain traction, he gained over 200 pounds in the last couple of years.
And as I've said in my past video, I agree with Nick's criticism saying that just because I was skinny at that point doesn't mean that I was like healthy or anything like that, right? Is that me saying that where he's at now is probably healthy? No, I don't think so either. Like, I think there's a good middle ground that probably is best. But like, I can 100% understand being upset when people show pictures of you at a really low weight and being like, look, he's healthy, right? When we don't know what he was doing to be at that level, or I'm sure he's talked about it, and from what I've seen, it's a lot of not very healthy things, right? So I can understand being frustrated with that, but at the same time, I think most people are not just saying, oh, Nick is this size and anyone this size is unhealthy. It's more, we have seen someone gain this much weight in such a short period of time, and usually that is not a very good sign, right? That's what I would say most people are saying. It's not just like Nick is like 300 something pounds. I was bigger than Nick was at his heaviest, right? And I didn't have people making videos about me saying you're so unhealthy and you're gonna die, right? Like, that would have been very hard to deal with. But at the same time, when I was Nick's size or larger, I wasn't making videos of myself doing mukbangs, and if I were, I would not be surprised if I had people making videos about how I'm not being healthy, right? In my opinion, I don't know. I wasn't making videos back then though, so.
It's absolutely true. It's the audience's fault for this. They created what Nikocado Avocado has become. Obviously, it's not all their fault. He is making the conscious decisions to completely throw away his health and well-being, which has now led to his disability, which he claims to have.
So this video has been all over the internet the past week, and Nikocado responded to Critical here. Critical made another response to him, and now Nikocado has made 5 different videos on Critical, and many people are accusing Nikocado of milking this situation and trying to get as many views as they can off of this. The YouTube...
So, Nick's issue with this point was he was saying that Critical's videos, the first one is like at 10 million views now. The second one is gonna get up there. You know, that's like close to 20 million views that have been made just from this situation with, Critical's videos, right? And then Nick says, yes, I've made a lot of videos about it, but my views aren't anywhere near that. But even if he was, like, I personally don't think that's necessarily like a bad thing. I don't know, maybe that's the YouTuber in me, but like, if you are in this position where it's like, that if you make a video about this specific thing, it's going to get you more videos, and you're someone like Nick where you don't really mind kind of talking about whatever, and you go out there and you just do whatever you want. Like, if it was me, I would do the same thing. So I don't know. I personally don't really I don't think that that's like a terrible thing to do. If it's working and it's working, like, I don't know. That's just my opinion though.
Sad. This guy has had plenty of chances to get his shit together, and I don't feel sorry at all. And just a few days ago, while the height of this controversy was happening, people found out that Nikocado was posting comments on his YouTube videos trying to bait people into buying his Patreon for $24 a month so that they can see him say offensive words.
Okay, so this is where I'm like, this is kind of like, this gets a little just kind of gross. So, from what I've seen, okay, let me take this back a little bit. So one of his biggest issues with Scarce's video, which Nick says in his video that he's going to send Scarce's video to his manager, right? Because he didn't show my side of the argument. All he showed was Charlie's side, Penguin Zero, critical, right? All he showed was his side. And then he's saying that that's a problem and that's not right. He's not showing all of the sides, right? But in Nick's response video about this, he does not talk about this point at all. And so I think it's very strange to be so upset. Like, that was one of the main things he talks about in his response, was that he didn't bring up my side. He didn't bring up my side. He didn't share the whole story. He didn't share the whole story. But then to have this part of the video, you just not at all respond to this, I think is wrong. Now, I've looked into this. And apparently, there's actually been quite a few times where this has happened. But from what I've seen, it was like Nick uploaded a video where he was saying, Nick noodle, right? So he was saying that over and over again. And then at one point, he kind of makes it sound like something different. I think you guys can kind of get where I'm saying. And then he made a response video about that, saying like, oh, people are saying that I said this. And then he said, I'm going to put it up uncensored on my Patreon, which is what we see here, okay? Okay, regardless of if he said the offensive word or not, right? Regardless of that, I think it's a little messed up, not just a little, I think it's very messed up to be profiting off of someone even thinking that you're using this type of language, right? Like, that's really, really messed up. And so again, the fact that Nick didn't even bring this up in his response, I just don't understand that. Like, I don't know. It just seems very calculated to make a response, but then not even share this part, which I don't understand why you wouldn't, because I feel like this is honestly more messed up than anything else that we've seen. But yeah, that's kind of everything that's going on right now. I don't know, man. Like, I can't imagine, like, again, I tried to do my best to try and see it from all sides, but it's really hard. Like, when you watch his response videos, one, he's so over the top. And so it makes it hard for me as someone that, like, you know, I feel like I make my videos and I try and be just like a regular person, like how I act in real life, right? So it's hard when I see him be over the top and do all this stuff to really almost like sympathize. Maybe that makes me sound like a terrible person, but it makes it really hard. And I really do try and understand, like, it would be hard, I don't care who you are, to have so many people making videos about you, right? I 100%, like, I get that. And I do try and sympathize with that as much as I can. But when you're doing stuff like this, it's like, what do you expect, right? That's where my head goes, and maybe that's wrong, but it's like, what do you expect when you're doing stuff like this? Like, why would you not think people are going to be upset? And, like, to not bring it up, or I don't know. But those are my thoughts on everything that's going on right now. I don't know. Maybe I'll make another update. Depends. We'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much everything right there.